Where was I? So do you see this? Uh, do you? Okay, great. So now I'm sure that everybody see my screen. And as I told you today, we will talk about Git and GitHub. That's great. The most important tool when it comes to development, web development, or data science, machine learning, whatsoever. If you are dealing with code, I think Git and GitHub is the best thing to control and to be productive as a developer. So let's move on to this repo, and then I get this one I shared to people before, and then I will follow this repository step by step. How many of you installed already Git? You click this one, and I think it takes you here, and a couple of clicks, either you go for, actually it detects your device, and just what you do is click on this button. And my device is Windows, and it is detected, and then just click. But I installed it already, so I'm not going to do this step. Okay, the second step is going to create this. You go to GitHub and create, I signed up already, so you create a GitHub account. It's like creating a Facebook page or something like that. That's the second step you do. I think I'm not anymore in that page, so I have to go back to my Git repository. This is the first step you do, but I think it's good to talk about why we need GitHub. And we should answer this question, right? It's a very important question. Why we need? For instance, I really use GitHub intensively. I share everything I know with the world, people around the world, with using GitHub. And if you know the famous 30 days of JavaScript, for instance, you can see that it is like a book, and it is well published here. And then it got 1.9 or 1,900 stars and 468 fork. Fork means when you fork it, you are making this repository for you, and you can keep modifying that part of the repository. And when you are watching, when some change happens, it notifies you. And when you make it a star, and it will be in your favorite list, and you will see it, like it will be in your favorite list. And then I will strongly suggest you also to give a star for some of the repos which you like. Of course, if you appreciate and if you like to be in your favorite list. And yeah, it has. And then there is pull request. For instance, if you see there are different pull requests, and then we will come to these details later, but now I'm just making you familiar with the Git and GitHub terminologies. I'm not sure how much I should be louder because it's hard. I try to be louder as much as possible. Am I loud enough, guys, or am I too loud? Let me know. Okay, good. So now what we're trying to see is the importance of GitHub. So one, to control the version. You may have different version and you like to have a separate version, so it's easy to create different version. That's one of the purpose. And the second purpose, so it's good to write down what is to have different versions. It could be version 1, version 2, version 1, version 2. And second, to collaborate. Collaborate. What does that mean, collaborate? For instance, when I just published 30 days of JavaScript, I was creating content every day, and I was making grammar mistakes, typos, and everything. And even I don't care. I have to publish it every day. So it had lots of mistakes. So people noticed that it has a problem. And these people, I think it is better to just, these people contributed by correcting the grammar and the typos and everything. So that means these guys actually are collaborators. I don't know them actually, but they are located somewhere in this planet and they just contribute something for these repositories. And of course, if you like to work remote work, you don't have to be in the US or in Europe somewhere, or in Asia or Africa. You can be somewhere on planet Earth and part of some project. So it gives us a freedom to collaborate from anywhere we want. Yeah, that's one of also the most important feature of what is this? Go away. GitHub. But I think the importance of GitHub is really increasing every time. And even at some point, it may change. They may even allow hosting. So that will be, which comes later. And it has lots of, these are the main feature, but it has lots of roles when you really know what GitHub is. Now let's go to how it works. How it works, actually, I want to show you this. Can you see this? Someone draw this. I didn't draw it. To show you or to make this clear, first let me tell you the common or the terminologies we are going to use. Terminologies. Git. I think Git is the one you install. This one, as we call it, Git. This is, it allows you Linux command, so to write. So this is Git bash. Okay, great. So that is Git, and then GitHub itself. GitHub is an online platform which allows you to store data on the cloud. Okay, then we will talk about Git init. Git init, undo. What does that mean? Git init actually is initializing a Git repository, and we will see it practically. Then Git commit. What is committing means, we will talk about it. And then actually Git commit usually has some additional flag, and the message goes here. And then actually Git add remote, and the remote link, remote. Usually there is origin and remote link, okay? And Git push you and that remote link, or origin and remote link. So now I think commit init is we can say it as in a terminology, commit, and then add remote and push. These are the basic commands you should know to deal with the Git and GitHub. Let's come to the nitty gritty. I am at the desktop and let's create a folder, and the name of this folder is going to be Git lesson. Okay, great. And then I will open it using git bash. Using git bash. Then you should go to desktop. I'm there. cd git. I think it might be too small for you to look at. Maybe I have to. Oh, I think it's really small. I have to maximize this, and font. Where is it exactly? Text and font size. I think something good. It was 16, and then maybe 18 is good. Apply. Yeah, great. Now you can see it properly. CD and then git lesson. Great. Now we don't have any file, and let's open this using VS Code. I may have some files. Let me just remove this and let's get that actually. Git lesson. If you add some file, first.html, or maybe I just index.html. Okay, great. So I can say something here. This is the first HTML page. Okay, then we go to this and git init. But you can check by using git status. If you write git status, we are checking this git repo if it is initiated or not, actually. So now git init, it's initiated. Yeah, I'm initializing it. And now if I say git status, have you seen the difference? Yeah. At the first time when I just write git status, not a git repository or any of the parent directories, .git. Then after that, when I say git init, it's initialized. We initialized this git lesson. Oh, now it's ready. So what we do actually, as you can see, untrack the file, use git add and the file name. Okay, it's easy, even you can follow this. So we say git add the file name, index.html. Now again, let's write git status. Have you seen? Now it's green. What's happening? If you ask me, actually, I will now tell you to this diagram. This is your working directory. When you are saying add, if you are add something, you are taking it to the staging area. If you are committing, you are actually saving it to the Git directory. And then if you want to check out something, that means if you get it back, so that means checkout. Have you seen? I like this, this diagram. It's really good one. So you have working directory, staging area, and the Git directory. And then when we are adding And the step I did actually is here, the adding. Where is it? Git add index.html. And now as you can see, it's green because it is added. Changes to be committed. Let's commit it. Commit means if I commit it, it will move from this area to this area. Okay, great. So git commit now index or first commit. What is that? I don't, yeah, it's committed as you can see. It's committed, so one file changed, one insertion, and yeah, great. Now let's do again git status to see if you see git status on branch master. Master means this, and nothing to commit, so everything is okay. Okay, now this is the second line on the first page of the HTML. Okay, now I'm modifying it, by the way. Now let's go and check git status. Have you seen? Modified. So it tells you git add and the file name to update what will be committed. Again, what we do, git add, and then the file name index.html, and then git commit with content added on first on index.html. Great. Now if you say git status, nothing, you don't see, but git log. Okay, have you seen the git log? The git log is actually to see history of the git repo. So how many commits do we have? We have 2 commits. The first commit at this time of the day and by Asabenach. And the commit ID is this one. Yeah, and then again, content on index.html. I should have said added. So content, this is also the, okay, great. Now let us modify something differently. This is the third line on this page. And then again, I will create second.html. This is the second HTML page. Now let's go and get git status. Have you seen now the modified files are 2. File indexed, this one and this one. So we should add it, git add index.html and second.html. Great, and git commit third commit. Now it should be meaningful, but let's do this. Yes, now if you check git status, nothing, but if you want to see the history, git log. So the commands are actually repetitive. You use the same command all over again. Okay, now where are we? Okay, I have to go here. How about if I create many files, for instance, many changes. Now let's move to the third .html. This is the third file, and I like to second line, whatever I want to modify this to. To modify this to. Okay, since I started in English, I have to keep it in English. So as you can see, everything is touched, everything is modified. Sometimes you may have many files. So instead of git add this file, that file, you can ask git add dot. Git add dot allows you to add all the files at once. You don't have to mention the name of the file, just git add dot. Yes, then let's see git status. What is? Yeah, all are already added. So git commit and the message was third file added. Great. Yeah, now we saw a couple of the commands, and what was happening is actually understanding this. You have working directory and staging area. Staging area is actually adding. This is the staging files using git add the file name or dot, and then it comes here. And then when you commit it, it will be here. And then checking out, I will show you how we check out. Okay, let's check out. How do we check out? Checkout means actually is getting, checkout means actually getting the previous file. Okay, for instance, let's get back to this one, the first commit. So what is the file name? Actually, the ID, we can just use the ID. I think it's copied, I hope. No, let me try. Copy, and then git check out, and then that. Maybe I have to copy this way. Okay, let's see what we have. Have you seen, guys? Where are all my files? They are gone. Why? Because at this time, at the first commit, I have only this. So that means what actually what checkout means. So you can go back in time to different files, because GitHub actually is like a snapshot of your file at different times, or saving your file at different time. It could be similar to, for instance, I can create something, and then if I'm not sure about this, instead of like working on this one, I just create file 1 and a copy of this, right? When we are working on Word document, file 1, file 2, file 3. So these commits are actually like that almost. So different version of your development process. So now I went back in time to the first commit, and I am really back behind. As you can see, this is the first HTML page. So let's reverse this. How do we reverse? As you can see, there are message git checkout. This is the command I use. Now switching to, we switched. You are detached head state. You can look around, make experimental changes, and commit them, and you can discard any comments you make in the statement without impacting any branch by switching back to a branch. So actually, I don't like to make any change, but I can just switch to the master branch, git checkout master. Have you seen? Now I'm just return it to the master, and if you see, everything is here. Great. Guys, are you following me? Let me know, because I'm just talking to myself and I have to be sure that people are following. Do you get what I'm talking about? Or am I just teaching myself? Let me be sure. Say something, just type for me, and then I know that you are with me and you are following me. Okay, so after we say this, actually, let's wrap up what we have learned so far, and we will return after 10 minutes break, okay? But first, let me recap what we have learned so far. So far, what we have learned actually is this: working directory. Right away when you create a folder, that is your working directory. And then when you say git init, you are initializing that working directory to Git. What does that mean? Starting from that point in time, you can trace your changes, and then you can add files to the Git directory. So Git, or maybe the working directory, the staging area, Git add, and then the file name. File name 1, file name 2, and it continues. But if you have many files and if you feel lazy, what you do is just git add dot. After that, git commit, and M as in a message flag, and the message. This message should be directive, leading, which leads to, for instance, if I'm changing the background of a website, a background changed, and action, most of the time it should be an action. I think that is what we did so far. Maybe we did also git checkout, and followed by any of the commit ID. Could be this one, then that means we are going to the first commit. And if I use this one, that means I'm going to this commit. If I use this ID, that means I'm going to the third commit. And for instance, again, to do the same thing, I can do, let me go back to this one again, because this is very good one. Okay. And then I do this, and when you go here and you don't have any file, all your files are gone. But the good thing, you can change the branch, and this also tells you can read through and git checkout to the master. Now we are returning to the master and all our files are here. Yeah, thank you so much. Take 10 minutes break and we will be back to the next lesson after 10 minutes break. Yeah, see you. Bye.